Building a robot is very easy and you should use ROS2 for that. And also some people say you should not use ROS2 because it makes your robotics journey easy in the beginning, but later on you can face some problems because you don't know the fundamentals of robotics, or else you should write your own program. So if you are confused between this, then this is the video for you. So should you use ROS2 or not? The answer for that is you should use it because it is good to have as a skill. Many universities are using ROS2 in their syllabus, even companies are using it. So I think these are the 2 points which are enough in order to learn ROS2. But what if some people are saying not to learn ROS2? I'm not saying they are completely wrong, because sometimes what happens, students only, or else the working professionals as well, only rely on ROS2 because some company prefer the hard coding thing and also using their own framework. So that might happen. They want better controlling or else their own code. That depends on them. But ROS2 is not bad. It supports your robot a lot. Many types of robot are supported using ROS2, starting from the mobile robot to the humanoid robot as well. So ultimately it depends on the company and the student. But what are the advantages and disadvantages, let's say, if we are going to analyze on that particular side? So for the advantages of ROS2, what I think is you are able to grasp the robotics concepts in an easy way, because in the beginning you are not able to relate to each and every aspect of robotics. So especially to the software side. So by using ROS2, you are able to understand, okay, this is how a robot is built, and that is the thing. So in order to understand about robotics, it is fine, but ROS is not robotics. So you should be able to differentiate between these things. So the physics behind the robotics, let's say it might be kinematics, the DH parameters, or else the mathematical calculations. It is the most important thing, and ROS cannot replace it, but ROS can make it very easy to understand. We don't have time in order to make all the calculations if you are a robotics engineer managing all the things in your company. So at that time you can use ROS2 in order to simplify this process. But having said that, the disadvantage is when you only rely on ROS2 and you are not able to relate the robotics concepts when the calculation is needed. Let's say anyone asks you to do the calculation, and if you are not able to make it, then it will affect you. But having said that, I think there is no loss in using ROS2. There are more pros compared to the cons. That's what I think. The only disadvantage is you get the open source framework, and many think that open source is not good for their product development side. So I think this is the only point for ROS2 which might be the thing that you are not using ROS2. And there is some industrial automation side where ROS2 cannot be used right now in 2026. Okay, this is about 2026. So if these are the scenarios, then ROS2 is not good. But if you are into collaborative robotics or in general robotics, except the industrial robotics side, then ROS2 is good to go. I think there is no harm in that. You can go for it. And even if a company is using their own framework, then still you can learn about it because you have learned about ROS2, which is already a robotics framework. So you are able to get the exposure by using ROS2. So I think there is no loss. Ultimately depends on you whether you should move forward with it or not. So this was for today's video. We will meet in the next one. Till then, grow, learn and explore together. Bye.